Hello friends, you are welcomed in online platform. We are unable to conduct face-to-face lecture due to COVID-19 pandemic situation. So we are taking the use of a online platform. We are using technology. Friends, being a student of English literature, you have studied various forms of literature like prose, poetry, and drama. In third year, the university introduced the two new papers. First one is literary criticism and literary theory. Second one is modern English structure, which deals with pronunciation and grammar. I am going to deal with literary criticism and theory. The title of the paper is Introduction to Literary Criticism. Actually, the main title of this paper is Literary Criticism and Theory. In fifth semester, we have a paper first, which is entitled as Introduction to Literary Criticism. Before going into the details of Introduction to Literary Criticism, here I would like to discuss about the syllabus of Introduction to Literary Criticism. The syllabus of Introduction to Literary Criticism is as follows. The main title of this paper is Literary Theory and Criticism. And in this paper, we have two aspects. The first one is literary criticism and second one is literary theories. The first paper, which is introduced for fifth semester, which is entitled as Introduction to Literary Criticism. The paper code or course code is DSE English First. This paper is meant for 75 marks. Out of the 75 marks, 40 marks for end semester examination, and this examination will be conducted by our parent university, Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University, Nanded. 35 marks for continuous assessment. It is also called as internal assessment, and this internal assessment is for 35 marks, and this paper is meant for 3 credits. Here we will see the silent features of this course. The number one feature of this course is a knowledge about classical masters of criticism is disseminated. Here we are going to deal with Introduction to Literary Criticism. So here we must have knowledge about classical masters just like Plato, Aristotle, Horace, and Longinus. So here the first feature of this course is knowledge about the classical masters of criticism is disseminated. The second feature of this course, critical ability to read texts in the light of past theories, is introduced. Actually, the Roman classical critics and Greek classical critics, they introduced the various theories regarding the poetry, drama, comedy, tragedy, and these critical theories we have to understand. When we understood these theories, Definitely, these theories able to create ability in the student to read the text in the light of these past theories. These two silent features are important in concern of this syllabus. The next aspect regarding the course, that is the objectives of this course. The first objective of this course to introduce Greek and Roman literary critics to the learners. I have already cleared that in this paper we are going to deal with Greek masters like Plato and Aristotle. At the same time, we are going to deal with Roman literary critics just like Horace and Longinus. Second objective of our the course is to acquaint the learners with English literary critics and criticism. Means in second objective, we must learn about the English critics just like Sidney's defense of poetry or Sidney's classicism. At the same time, third objective of the course is to understand to understand the text of major critics. Here in our syllabus, we have two critical texts for our syllabus. In unit third, we have two critical texts. After reading this critical text, we are able to understand their observations, their views, their comments on the various forms just like a poetry, drama, comedy, and tragedy. Next aspect of a objective to identify and understand the literary terms, phrases, concepts in English related with the literary theories and criticisms. When we are going to learn about literary criticism, at that time we have to identify, you have to understand the literary terms, literary concepts, literary phrases regarding the literary theories and criticisms. In our syllabus, we have 40 literary terms and we must learn these literary terms. After having a knowledge about these literary terms, definitely we are able to understand the various literary theories and criticism. The next aspect of the syllabus, that is the utility of the course. The number one aspect of a utility, the learner would develop a critical ability to judge literary text. In first year and second year, we are dealing with poetry, prose, and drama. Means we are reading a short story, we are understanding a fictional work. At the same time, we are studying a piece of poetry. Okay, but here in third year, you are going to study or understand to judge literary text in the terms of various theories, various concept, various criticism. So here, with the help of this particular paper, the learner should have some abilities to judge literary text. Suppose the student of literature, he is able to differentiate between plot and story. Suppose a student, he is going to deal with any literary text. At that time he has a ability to judge the literary terms in concern of criticism and various theories. Second utility of a course, that is a critical insight into past theorists would be developed. Okay, means the utility of this course is that This course will develop critical insights among the students. Students will be able to understand various theories developed by the critics, just like Roman masters, Greek masters, and at the same time, English critics. So, this is the utility of this course. Here, now we are going to understand unit wise syllabus. Actually, in this paper, we have 4 units. The first 2 unit is dedicated to Greek and Roman masters. Okay, here we have 4 critics. Number one is Plato, Aristotle, Horace, Longinus. Okay, while we are going to deal with the Greek masters and Roman masters, at that time we have a understanding about their views, their comments, and their observations on various terms and various theories. Suppose we take the example of a Plato. While we are going to deal with Plato, at that time we are going to learn about Plato's views on poetry. It is popularly known as Plato's attack on poetry. At the same time, we are going to learn about Plato's comment on drama. Okay, means after learning about the Plato's views and comments on the poetry and drama, we are able to understand what Plato attacks on poetry. Okay, suppose we are taking the second example. Here we have a second Greek master, Aristotle. While we are dealing with Aristotle, at that time we are going to understand about Aristotle's observation on poetry and Aristotle's observation on tragedy. Okay, after dealing with Aristotle's observations of tragedy, at that time student will be understand the elements of the tragedy. Which elements he talks about that element. Okay, here we have a third Roman master, Horace. While we are going to deal with Horace, at that time we are able to understand Horace's views on poetry. Here is a fourth Roman master, Longinus. While we are dealing with Longinus, at that time we are will be well familiar with Longinus concept, Longinus concept of sublime, and we are able to understand sublimity. This is the syllabus of unit first. Then we are talking about unit second. Unit second is dedicated to English criticism. While we are studying about English criticism, at that time we have to study 4 critics: Philip Sidney, Dr. Samuel Johnson, William Wordsworth, and I.A. Richards. Suppose we are studying about Philip Sidney's contribution to English criticism. At that time, we are going to study Sidney's apology of poetry, Sidney's defense of poetry, at the same time, Sidney's classicism. Then we are going to deal with the contribution of Dr. Samuel Johnson. The third one is William Wordsworth. Here, while we are going to deal with William Wordsworth, at that time we understand the contribution of William Wordsworth in the definition of poetry and the role of a poet in English criticism or in poetic creations. At the same time, we are going to deal with a contribution of I.A. Richards in English criticism. This is the syllabus of unit second. Here we have a Unit 3. Unit 3 is dedicated to critical text, and here we have two critical texts. Number one is Biographia Literaria written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and second one is Tradition and Individual Talent by T.S. Eliot. Here in Unit 3rd, we are going to deal with the critical texts written by these great critics. Suppose we take the example of tradition and individual talent. While we are dealing this critical text at that time, we understand that how T.S. Eliot talks about the concept of a tradition. We understand what is the role of a tradition in a poetic creation. At the same time, we understand the role of individual talent in a poetic creation. At the same time, in his critical essay, Tradition and Individual Talent, he talks about theory of impersonality. And this theory is very interesting. We understand that how the poet should be impartial while he is creating a new poem. At that time he should be impartial, just like a catalytic agent. This is the purpose of unit number 3rd. Now we have a unit number 4. Unit number 4 is dedicated to various literary terms, concepts. Here we have 40 concepts, and these terms are related to the poetry, drama, fiction, and all these literary terms are useful in literary criticism and literary theories. Here is the list of literary terms: act, allegory, fable, parable, allusion, ambiguity, antithesis, blank verse, burlesque, parody. Here, some literary terms related to drama, some literary terms related to fiction, some literary terms related to poetry. Means here there are the various literary terms and concepts introduced for this paper that is entitled as a literary criticism. Here we have another literary terms: chorus, lampoon, flat character, round character, comedy, farce, tragedy, catharsis, hamartia, and soliloquy. Okay, here also we have various literary terms, some terms related to the fiction. Suppose we take the example of a flat character and round character. In novel, we have different types of characters. Some characters are flat characters and some characters are round characters. At the same time, we have some terms related to drama, just like comedy, farce, tragedy, catharsis, hamartia, and soliloquy. These terms related to the drama. You have already studied all these things while you have studied poetry, drama, and prose. Here we have another 10 literary terms: aside, melodrama, dramatic irony, metaphysical conceit, confessional poetry, connotation, denotation, lyric, poetry, sonnet, satire, and onomatopoeia. Out of these literary terms, major terms related to the poetry section. Suppose we take the example of a metaphysical conceit, confessional poetry, lyric, sonnet, satire, onomatopoeia. Means some terms related to types of poetry, some terms related to figures of speech. These terms related to the poetic forms. Now we have more terms like elegy, dirge, ode, ballad, epic, mock epic, heroic couplet, narcissism. Three unit is poetic justice. Out of these literary terms, some concepts related to poetry and some terms related to the drama. Here we have these four units, and the first unit is dedicated to the Roman and classical masters. Second unit is dedicated to English criticism. Third unit is dedicated to English critical text, and fourth unit is dedicated to literary terms and concepts. Now we are talking about the question paper pattern. At the outset, I have already cleared that 40 marks for end semester examination, and this examination will be conducted by our university. Here we will see the question paper pattern of this paper, that is Introduction to Literary Criticism. The first question is essay type question. We have two questions and you have to write one question out of the two, and this question will come from unit number 1, that is dedicated to Roman and Greek masters, and this question is meant for 8 marks. Here we have a second question. The second question is also essay type question, and this question will be asked from unit number 2, and you know that second unit is dedicated to English criticism, and this question is also meant for 8 marks. Now third question is also about essay type question, and this question will be asked from unit number 3, and this unit is dedicated to critical text, and this question is also for 8 marks. Then question number 4, define and explain the following terms and concepts. You know that the question number 4 is based on unit number 4, and here the you are asked about the literary terms. You know that unit number 4 is dedicated to 40 literary terms. Then last question, that is the short notes, and these short notes will be asked from unit number 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and this question is also for 8 marks. Means all these 5 questions meant for the 40 marks. So friends, this is the syllabus according to unit, and at the same time I have here discussed about the question paper pattern. It is a very important before dealing with the aspect regarding the syllabus. You must understand the syllabus and question paper patterns. With these few words, I am looking forward to see you again in a next lecture. Here I would like to discuss about the internal assessment and the question paper pattern. Actually, internal assessment is meant for 35 marks. This internal assessment will be conducted by your college on the basis of the syllabus. The 2-class test will be arranged by your concerned teacher, and these 2 class tests is meant for 20 marks, and you have to write one assignment, and this assignment is meant for 15 marks. Here we have prescribed books for this paper, an introduction to literary criticism. We have three books. Number one is An Introduction to English Criticism. This book is written by B. Prasad and published by Macmillan. Then second book is English Critical Text, and this book is written by Enright and Chakaria. And third one, which is a most important book, a glossary of literary terms, and this book was written by M.H. Abrams. With these few words, uh, I am looking forward to see you. Thank you.